Welcome back. Going into the second half here of Dropped Frames. Sorry, I died. Yeah. Anyways, sometimes cough just shows up. You gotta take it as it comes. Let's talk Terraria for a little while. Cohh, how many times have you played Terraria?
I have had, I believe, one other full playthrough, and it was 4 or 5 years ago.
Now, full playthrough meaning all bosses killed. What is considered as
Meaning
full?
Moon Lord killed,
Okay,
which is
that's
de
the final
facto
boss.
the goal of Terraria is to kill the Moon Lord. Yeah,
Okay,
Moon Lord, Moon Boss, Moon Guy, Moon Bro.
Moon Bro. Okay, didn't even know that. I'm curious now because this is kind of my. I remember. I guess I played it 5 years ago, but it was the type of thing. This is actually, I think, a good point of discussion. It was the type of thing where I was playing with someone who had obviously played Terraria before and was very interested in just like getting to. I guess hard mode was probably the goal, and so they just like would go down something, go down into the mines, mine something real quick, give me their old gear, use their new gear, and then it was just that kind of ad nauseum, and it was also like stupid fast. So I necessarily wasn't playing Terraria. I was getting handed a bunch of gear. Essentially, is what that kind of time with it was 5 years ago. So I don't think it actually grabbed me. It definitely didn't grab me as much as it has now. As I've probably like tripled the hour count that I have or that I had
Oh,
originally.
and real quick, um, what was the last boss you killed?
It was probably Wall of Flesh. I think we just got into hard mode, and it was the type of thing where we started getting the new ore because we were smashing
Yeah.
the
Okay.
whatever. And so like I
Believe me
I
when I
got
say this.
drills, and that was it. I remember quitting around drills.
When you kill the Wall of Flesh, you have just completed the actual tutorial of the game.
I understand that now. Yeah.
Yeah. Like you are in for if done in the classic Terraria fashion, you are in for like another 100-ish hours of your playthrough.
Yeah.
Although to be fair, you're playing with other people.
Yes and no. I'm playing both a multiplayer game and a solo game. The multiplayer game is a little bit. The
Multiplayer games go a lot
multiplayer
quicker.
world is ahead a little bit
Yeah.
compared to my solo. But yeah, I'm playing both for sure, and it does go faster multiplayer in some aspects. In terms of probably like things that can.
Progression.
Yes, progression. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Because more people can do more things, obviously.
Mhm.
Um,
And also, you guys tend like multiplayer games tend to get more materials quicker. You're
yes.
finding things, and then if one person finds something they don't need, another person gets progression. So it's like very tangible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Benefits and negatives both ways. Like it's really fun to play with friends in this game because it actually works really well. But me, dude, like I love playing this game solo. Like it
Same.
is
Yeah.
such a joy to play this game solo.
Like
Like it's
yeah.
amazing.
I agree with both of those statements because the solo stuff you go at your own pace, and I saw this and experienced this firsthand the other day. We were going at the pace of the group, and for someone that is playing with people that are experienced with the game, there's no learning. It's just hey, get this, hey, do that, hey, let's go do this, hey, let's jump. And for me, it's like, but I want to see what this does on my own speed. And so there's a little bit of frustration there.
It's the difference between being told and figuring it out, like a puzzle. Like you
Yeah.
get to kind of like work through it, and then not only that, you can figure it out and then put like your own spin on it, and kind of like puzzle through the best way to do it and get an idea. And you're just told the best way to do it. A lot of times, there's no room for creative growth because you're just like, oh, well, that's how I do it. That's how I'm going to do it then.
Yeah.
When you kind of figure it out yourself, it's like, okay, well, I did it this way, so I wonder if I can do it better this way if I use this material or go about it like, yeah, yeah. And this game, there's so many different ways to do things. It's mind blowing.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons it's so special.
And it definitely started out because I started multiplayer and then I started my solo game because the guys wanted to take a day off to play other games the next day. And like the first day, no one built. And I was like, I don't know how to build. That seems boring as shit. The second day we played, I built a massive, like, inverted pyramid type base and ended up like working out for a lot of different reasons. But it was more fun doing that than it was actually like progressing with them, if that makes sense. Because like they would go out of mine or get whatever situated for a boss, and I was just at home like, being the build bitch, as the
Dude.
group calls it.
Well, you guys, late shift, right? They
Yeah,
do that in
yeah,
almost
yeah,
every game they play.
yeah.
They have like different roles that they assign for themselves. And like Cletus, Beaufort, great dude. They'll stay back and like make the base for the whole team. And Bikeman and Cream and those guys will go out and like collect resources for them. And that stuff's awesome, dude. It's so cool to see that kind of synergy
Yeah.
in a group work.
Yeah, for sure. But before all that, I mean that's kind of outside the game. That's just more. I mean, it's kind of inside the game as well, but it's more just like the social aspect of it. Um, for a returning player, for all the stuff that was added in 1.4, I think mostly positive, but I'm curious your thoughts on everything.
Well, for me, it was not only very long ago that I played, but also many updates. So for me, there's similarities. There's things that I kind of remember doing, and I'm doing similar things. But there's also like entire new incredible features. Like one little thing has been so instrumental for me in this game, and that is the new brick replacement stuff. That is one of the biggest QL. Again, wow, dude,
Now
what
you're
is
good.
going on? I'm on
I
a
don't.
different internet. I'm
I
on
don't know.
Spectrum. Like, what
He's
is
on the
going on?
council's internet. I don't know. It's better.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
know,
know.
right? It must be. Um, but yeah, so I mean, it's the kind of thing where, like the
Now you're just
brick replacement. Now I'm stuttering. Now I'm yeah. Okay. Anyway. The brick replacement is huge, and it's opened up things and possibilities. Like what you're looking at right now is my stone base. I actually go through and in.
The pause works here, actually.
I'm waiting for it. Okay, there we go. I actually go through in like 10 minutes and replace almost every stone brick you see there with marble, including the background of the center
So
stone.
that's
And
new. What did you have to
oh, it's
do the
totally
last time?
new.
Did you have to
Yeah, you
knock it
used to
out
have
with
to
a
like
hammer?
break every single thing down, and if there was something on the ground, you had to remove it, and like it was basically made it infeasible. Like you couldn't do
Oh,
that kind of stuff.
that would piss me off.
A brick replacement is just awesome. Also, the new teleportation stuff and actually like building outposts in different biomes, huge, absolutely huge. Makes it so like the fishing stuff is easier. Getting around the map is easier. Makes it so you can strategically make like outposts in different locations to get there, to get there quicker. The whole like happiness system, like
Mhm.
affecting vendor prices, is also super interesting. Tons of new items, tons of new mechanics. Just yeah, it's an entire like functional world inside of this like deceptively simple looking little game. And it's very special in that regard.
Yeah, I think that deceptively simple is probably a great way to discuss that game. I had no idea that like the depth that existed, I guess pun intended, in that game. I knew that there was like hell, and I knew there was bosses, but I didn't realize that it was like you gotta hard mode specifically. And when I say hard mode, it's really just like hard mode is a weird term because for people that haven't played it, it's just like the progression of the game. After you kill a certain boss, the world changes essentially, and they call it hard mode. But it's not like a new difficulty or anything necessarily. But I didn't understand that like that opens up and you can like change biomes by destroying certain blocks or by introducing certain things to it. That aspect is really interesting to me, especially because I haven't necessarily I've been in different biomes, but I wasn't the person that created them in a solo game. So I'm interested in going down that path because, like, I joined Strippin' and them last night after I stopped streaming, and they kept playing, and there were like rainbow blocks, and there was like
Hello.
weird, yeah, there was unicorns flying around and like pixies flying around, and then there's stuff down below that like if they apparently break a block, it will like ruin the world completely or some shit, and I don't know what that
Mhm.
means.
The
So
altars and stuff. Yeah,
yeah,
it gets
yeah,
really crazy for sure.
yeah. So that's like that's where I'm most interested in the game right now is just trying to figure out uh, what all that means and what all that actually looks like from a single player aspect. Um, and I also like just the stuff that they've added in terms of exploration, like the trap chest. Are those new? Were those in 1.3 or prior?
The mimics.
No, where you walk up and click on a chest and there's a TNT connected to it and it just explodes.
Oh, I haven't seen any of those yet.
Oh,
But yeah,
you're lucky.
there's a lot of like them, especially master mode. App puts in traps all over the place. I've been squished by so many boulders, so many times. Yeah, like that stuff is a lot. Oh, Dead Man chests are new. Chat is saying.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've
Um,
died to those a lot, especially because I don't know what to look for. Because I play pretty zoomed out, and the more that I die to these things, it's like maybe I should zoom in a little bit so I can actually see these tiny fucking little
is that
things.
entire background glass?
Yeah, I got a little carried away, and this is the solo group or the solo base.
Nice.
Um, yeah. Anyways, I need to be able to like see the tiny, teeny little things. I think essentially I've also broken the game for myself in terms of my solo playthrough because one of the things that we found out yesterday in fighting the pirate boss, which I'm sure you know who that is, where the pirate raid shows up and then like the giant ship flies down.
Oh, I haven't done that yet. Yeah.
Oh, is that new, or have you just never done that boss?
No, I just haven't done it yet in my game. I don't know if I did in my old one.
Oh,
Probably
okay.
did, but yeah.
Well, anyways, what the boss has a chance to drop a mount, and the mount is just straight up flying, and it dropped yesterday,
Oh,
and so it's kind of like broken things for me. So the first thing I went last night off stream was like, I'm gonna go get every sky island and just look at them in my game, and then yeah,
I am jealous. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah,
I'm actually in the process of looking for a flying mount right now. So that's pretty badass. That's
it's
pretty badass.
very broken because you don't you don't have to worry about anything essentially. I'll probably be doing. I have to catch up. I'm on the worm boss. I forget the great. Is that the Great Devourer? I forgot what his name is. Like the third or fourth boss you fight. I forgot whatever his name is. In my solo game, I got to kill him, and then I got to go do the bee, and then I got to go do Wall of Flesh. But I don't have to like. I don't have to make a railway down in hell because I can fly now. So that's kind of nice. Um, but I'm excited to do all that stuff in solo, which maybe speaks to how like good the game is. That I'm excited to do content I've already done in multiplayer again in a solo game, and it's not just like upsetting that I have to do that. It's actually exciting that I have to go and do that and progress again. So it's good. I'm enjoying a lot of aspects of it, and I also don't think the new thing, Master Mode, as someone who doesn't know the difficulty of the game to begin with, I feel like it's fairly. I don't want to say balanced, but maybe that's the word I'll use. Like it doesn't feel hard enough to be unfun. It's like it's right on the edge of like unfun and fun in terms of difficulty, right?
Oh man, yeah. I just got to hard mode and it is a thing. Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we were playing it.
Yeah. The beginning of hard mode is.
What aspects? Because we were playing it yesterday. After the Wall of Hell or Wall of Flame or whatever the fuck it's called, flesh eating wall.
It's just really really tough. It is really really tough. Like everything is hitting me for 70% of my life in a single hit. My damage isn't great. So many more enemy types with so many new attacks. You know, they go through walls a lot more now, and
Yeah.
I'm just getting my foot in the door. I just started getting. I got orichalcum, adamantine, and palladium on my map, and just starting to kind of get that going and get those in. And yeah, it has been a thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely got frustrated a lot in multiplayer hell when we were building the. So for the boss in hell, for those that haven't played, you basically have to make kind of a running path because he takes up one side of the screen and you have to run from like left
Eat
to
in the
right.
day. Yep.
Yeah. And friendships were tested when that path was being built. What we'll say, it was this is very boring gameplay, but yeah, it was a process because those mobs are annoying as fuck, and they are really frustrating when a random slime jumps in or a bat that is the same exact color of red as the background. Maybe that's a complaint of the game. I think the hell background is awful. It needs to be changed because you can't fucking see enemies at all. They're literally invisible in some screens down there, and it's really annoying. But it was fine otherwise. Yeah, and apart from that, like it's just more Terraria. If you've never played this game, it's $10. I didn't realize that this thing had sold like 30 million copies. I didn't realize that it was that big. I knew that it did well. That's just a staggering amount of things. And you can help me here. Was this made by one dev originally and then it added on to a team, or like how did that process started?
I don't exactly know. I know Relogic is like the main dev behind it. Now, there maybe you're talking about Terraria like Outer World, which went to another dev, but that was like a different project. I'm pretty sure this has
Oh,
all been Relogic, but honestly, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe
okay.
it's been in dev for so long that like could be various things that I'm not aware of in that regard.
Yeah. And
But I
and
think it's the same dev.
gotcha. And they're calling this with 1.4 kind of the game is complete now. That's
Journey's
kind
End.
of the yeah.
Yep.
That's the name of the patch, and they're saying like this is finally the game is done. It's fully fully functioned. Um, and that's maybe where I struggle with it is like I don't know what's new and I don't know what's always been there. When people come to the stream, they see new stuff and I'm like, oh yeah, that's how the game's always functioned for me. Um, but it's definitely a one of those games where it is a time machine. They found the secret formula of game dev, where time passes quickly, much faster than other games for me. I think I did like a 14-hour stream, a 12-hour stream, and then last night I had to like actually say like you need to actually go to sleep tonight at a decent hour and stop playing. So I ended the stream, and then I was up till 4 a.m. because I didn't have a stream telling me to go to sleep. So it actually worked against me there. Um, and so we're at like 50 hours played now this week or some crazy nonsense. So
Yep.
it's definitely a time vacuum. Whatever that dev code is, they found it.
I'm gonna be playing this game for a while.
You think? Yeah, I mean it's great time. There's not much else out new anytime soon. Um, it's also a game that I can just turn my brain off. Like I think I think I tweeted that like I don't have to necessarily think when I'm playing this game because it is so. It's the type of game where like if you mess up or if you die or if you need to rebuild something, it's like it's fine. Just go and replace it or just go pick up your gold. Like the value of losing in this game is very low. The stress of it, I guess, is very low, and that's very awesome right now. So I'm super into that. What were we gonna say, Zeke?
You didn't play this before this patch, right? You didn't play any Terraria, or did you?
I did, but I was more like being. It was like being on a theme park in Terraria, where like I would sit in base and Dad would come home and throw me a bunch of drills. And I'd be like, "Hey, I got new shiny tools. I'm gonna walk outside." And then Dad would go down to the depths of hell and get new equipment, and then toss me as scraps. Like, I was not playing the game effectively. To sum that bad story up, yeah.
So this is your first like honest playthrough of the game.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
For like a new player, someone who's never played it before.
Mm-hmm.
How daunting is it?
There's very little like hand holding that the game does, and that's where I think chat kind of made the experience more fun. It doesn't necessarily tell you what to do. And a lot of the boss spawns are like, I don't know how you would necessarily, basically you're going to have a website open if you're playing off stream, to like find all this stuff. Cause the game doesn't like, one of the ways that you progress into hard mode is by throwing a voodoo doll into the lava and that spawns a boss. And there's nothing in the game that like tells you that I know of, from like dialogue options and stuff like that. You're just kind of expected to know that.
Okay.
So that's not very hand-holdy. Oh, the doll itself tells you? Okay. I mean, it's still rather obscure to say that that's like completely understood. Yeah.
So is it pretty low action?
It can be, you can control the action.
Okay.
Like you can sit here and build this base and never see an enemy and just like completely chill out. Or you can be in the mines, running for your life from a billion mobs chasing you, and it like ramps up to 100. But then you can just teleport away back to home in a second and be like back at 0 and just kind of chill out. I don't want to say this, but I guess I have to now because I've said that. In some ways, it's a little like Dark Souls. Like you journey out from the bonfire and you fight some like really fucking hard enemies that if you've never seen them before, they might just like one-shot you because you've gone too far for your current equipment. But if you know what you're doing, you can just like rush through all that stuff and be fine. And then when you die, you end up back at your home and everything's fine. And you lost a little bit of money if you're playing on classic, just like you would lose souls. And there's so many different weapon types. Like this is a mace right here that I have that was from hell. You can use ranged abilities. There's summoners.
I'm still using that. Yep.
Yeah. There's magic abilities. There's armor. Like one of the things that hard mode introduces.
Jesus Christ! I just watched you fall. Like,
oh, that's nothing, dude. Like this is. It's because I don't want to go to hell right there. It gets crazy. That's called a elevator. That's a term that the community made up, which is like an elevator to hell, where you just jump down it and you'll just fall all the way down.
These maps are gigantic.
Yeah, this is a large map, by the way.
They're world.
Yeah. I don't know if I can actually. There might be a way to. So.
For anyone asking or wondering or whatever,
Zeke, right?
like,
did you see that? Fuck.
It's
not going to show.
What now?
I was trying to pull up the map, but continue talking.
Oh, okay. Please. No, I saw the map. I saw like an overview of the map, but just watching you fall through it kind of like brought it home how big it is.
Oh yeah.
For anyone wondering or asking, like in my community, like this is not a game for me at all. It's. I don't think there's enough story in it, like for me to. Is there a lot of story in it?
Not from my aspect. Yeah, that Cohh says no, so I'll side with that.
Yeah, pretty much no. There's pretty much no story at all. There's no lore. I mean, you can talk to people and they'll give you information about like the gameplay mechanics, but this is not a story game. It's a sandbox adventure game. Yeah, your bosses aren't really consequential. They're not really, like they're just, no, I'm fighting a big eyeball now. Oh, look, there's a skeleton. Like it's not really. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it has all the buzzwords that are like not my thing, like building, no story. People say Minecraft-ish, like all that. I'm just like, man, it sounds like it would just not be very fun.
It is very much a 2D Minecraft with, I mean, I guess Minecraft has bosses as well, but like it's 2D Minecraft. It's, and I think maybe the community hates when they call it that. I'm not necessarily 100% sold on that, but it's kind of what it is from a new player. And there's more progression, I guess, in this. That there's progression in Minecraft, but yeah, it's fun though. I don't know. I'm enjoying it. I agree with what you're saying though, Zeke. I don't necessarily think it's a Zeke game for sure.
Yeah.
But it also is like $3, so if it's on sale a lot. So if you're interested at all, it's very little buy-in.
For the try.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, sure. I
mean, listen, I tried, I totally like watching you guys do RimWorld and like you guys talking about it and all that kind of stuff. Like it does not seem like my kind of game, but I did enjoy like the little time I spent with it. I enjoyed it, but it doesn't seem like it. For me to sink hundreds of hours into a game that you can do with games like RimWorld and Terraria and shit like that, it's got to have more of a some sort of dramatic pull for me, or like a progression system that I can wrap my head around, like Warcraft, World of Warcraft, Warframe. Those I can wrap my head around. Those give me the feeder bar, like a rat hitting that feeder bar. They have pellets that I like.
Yeah.
These kind of games don't. The pellets are not as tasty.
Sure, that makes sense. I will say, comparing it to RimWorld, like RimWorld stressed me the fuck out. This game does not stress me at all. Also, Cohh, this is why this inverted pyramid's great. That guy doesn't move. He just stays right there, and he dies every time. That's a boss. So it's a really great way to farm that we discovered. It's really stupid. He just flies right in. Yeah, but it's
because the way you constructed your base like traps him.
He doesn't go. For some reason, and a lot of mobs do, but for some reason the pirate ship doesn't go through buildings. He just kind of like stops at the front door. And
Okay.
yeah, and Strippin's playing a summoner effectively, so it just like murders it while we all just kind of sit inside and talk about what we're gonna do next. Which I will say that about the game, there's a lot of different ways to play. Like Strippin is a summoner, so effectively he can go and just make a box anywhere in the world and eat a potion that spawns more enemies and just sit inside the box while his mobs kill everything for him and then go collect all the spoils. I'm a ranged character, so I have to fucking just like circle strafe motherfuckers nonstop until they die, which is a little bit more challenging. There's melee in it, so you can like, be a bruiser and try to get up close. I would say that melee's maybe more difficult, and I don't think you can effectively go like full down those paths. You have to do a little bit of all of it to be successful in a lot of regards, but there's definitely multiple ways to play, essentially, is the gist of that statement. So, and I think melee also gets some pretty insane items. That might be why I'm most interested in the game, is because the progression system is so deep that you go and like look at a sword. There's a guide in the game, which is essentially like the NPC equivalent of in-game wiki, and you can drop an item in there if it says material on it, and it'll show you everything that can turn into. And so I did that with a certain sword, and if you combine that sword with like 7 other swords that are all crafted and rare drops and all this shit, it makes like some fucking crazy mega sword. And that's where I'm like, all right, I'm hooked. Like I need to get that sword. I got to see what the fuck what does that look like? I got to see. I got to know what that sword does, because it takes 7 other swords that I got to combine into that one. It's got to be good, right? It has to be good.
I'm working towards that too.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's also just the idea of the unknown, right? There's things that drop and I'm like, what does that do? And it progresses the next day forward and shit like that. And you're like, oh, that's helpful. I can see uses for that. And so in some cases, like the ignorance of the progression system is helping me. Because I just don't know what's possible yet. And so that's fun. I'm enjoying that aspect of it. And that's Terraria in a nutshell. This is kind of a weird VOD to show. I mean, this is Terraria gameplay, but it's not. But it is. But it's not. This is kind of a way to cheese the boss, for sure. There's a lot of other aspects of it, like base building and all this shit. So,
did you guys talk about the new luck stat or something or whatever?
I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is, Cohh?
Yeah, so basically there's a new luck stat that influences a whole bunch of different things in the game. Using the correct types of torches in the right biome, things involving ladybugs and golden ladybugs. There's also certain events that can happen that change the luck. But basically it's like this new hidden modifier that you can only kind of get access to if you talk to a wizard NPC later in the game, and he'll kind of give you like a little line that represents where your luck is about. And it's very controversial. Like some long-term players absolutely hate it. Other people seem to relatively like it. But the thing that's kind of weird is like if you put normal torches in the wrong biome, it can actually subtract from your luck. So people can be like nerfing themselves without even realizing it by pretty large amounts. Yeah, it's a thing.
Weird.
It's a thing.
And the luck means the drops will happen more?
Luck means all sorts of things. So like if drops will happen, if events will happen, if things spawn, like it's a very globally used stat apparently.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, I had not heard anything about that yet.
Also affects your crits and your combat and like all sorts of stuff.
So is that understood yet, or are people still trying to figure all that out?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's been completely sussed out, or like maybe the devs were open with exactly what it does. I'm not sure, but I seem to get lots of new information whenever I look up about it. So, yeah.
Reddit has a big post on it now. Okay, I might read through that. Yeah, that's maybe one thing that I am a little bit I don't know what it is. The idea that the world stays the same. And so, like, if, for example, early in the game, Zeke, you can get certain things that allow you to go up into the air, and there's sky temples. And so you can get, like, a gravity potion that you'll find randomly that allows you to invert gravity and go and find these things. Or you can even just, like, straight up build. You can drop rope and just, like, try to find these different sky temples by looking for mobs or looking for like water pooling from the sky. When you do that, those random rope walls or walls that you build yourself stay there forever until you go and mine them. And so for someone that spends a long time making the base look pretty, when you hit M on my map and there's just a giant literal stairway to heaven on the right side, I look at that and it brings me such anger and pain that it exists still that I want to just spend like maybe 30 minutes effectively is what it would take to go and like mine all that away. And I wish there was a way to just like, you know, make it go away quicker without having to spend that time. Because it bothers the shit out of me when I hit M and it's just, yep, there's just a giant stairway over there. It's going to exist forever unless you go take it away. And I don't know if that's like, I don't want to know if there's like ways to do that with like console or if there's cheats or something, because then I'll probably end up doing it and I'll feel bad afterwards for cheating myself. But God, it bothers me. I want the fucking stairway gone. I want it out. It pains me.
It's just aesthetically, it bothers you aesthetically.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Because you spend so long, at least I do. I spent like 5 hours making the base look a marginal 5% better, maybe. It's not even quantifiable. And then you just press M and there's just like a boss arena that will never get used again. That's like 5 things over on the right side. It's just kind of like, well, that shit stains there for all eternity unless I go get rid of it. So, yeah. Yeah. You could bomb it away, but that takes time, man. Cause then you have to go get bombs. Then you got to get sticky bombs because the original bombs suck and you can't really place them that well. And maybe that's just Terraria in a nutshell is like perfecting that. Or maybe I just start a new world after I've kind of gotten to where I want to in the game and like just have a base and then I explore things without making giant fucking staircases to heaven. Might be the way to do it. So, yeah. Oh, chat's saying you get a mount later that mines for you. Oh, that might be what I get. Now I'm on the hunt for that. Anyways, that's Terraria. I don't know if there's anything else you guys, Zeke, have questions about or Cohh you want to say about it. But
been great. I'm sure we'll both be playing it a lot more, so we'll have more to talk about as this keeps going forward. But yeah, man, been really fun so far.
You guys see yourself playing until like the accepted end?
I would like to kill the Moon Lord, which
Probably.
I guess is the hardest or the last boss. It might be the case where the people I'm playing with who have already done it bow out before then, so it'll be a solo thing for me, which is fine. Like, that doesn't bother me either way. But my solo game is a little bit behind, and I do want to return to Persona at some point, just like Lyric said he could beat Sigrun, just so I could say I beat that fucking shitty Palace boss, regardless of finishing it. But Terraria it's a lot of fun. And luckily it's people enjoy watching right now. So that's kind of a double dose of goodness for a streamer. Yeah. A double win for sure. I would like to though. There's 30 bosses.
When are you guys going to do some co-op?
I don't know if I would feel bad ruining, just like I was talking about, in my world. I would feel bad going into Cohh's world and just like ruining it. And I think the inverse would, like, my solo world's my solo world. And so we would have to start a new world and then we'd be so much further behind in terms of hours put in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly for me, like, I love playing this game solo. It's just, it's very much like you in the world. It almost feels like you're playing an MMO by yourself, if that makes sense. Like, there's just this gigantic world and it's just you. It's like playing Outward except in 2D. And I just love that feeling about it. Like, it's a fun game to just kind of exist in and kind of pick a project and go at it and focus on it and just get lost in it.
Yeah. Also, the real reason, me and Cohh are both giant loot whores, and if I have to give up loot to him, like the council would have a meeting about me. All right. There would be some words exchanged on our streams. Yeah. It would be a thing. So, yeah. That's not to say I don't enjoy, like, I've watched Cohh play probably like an hour or two while I play as well. I think one of the other interesting things, I haven't done this before in a game because I haven't really played Minecraft or anything like it. But I would like, I'll look around at different streams and Google like cool base ideas and then be like, oh man, that's okay. So you can get unlimited water doing that. I could add that feature into the top corner of my base and that would look really cool. And there's no other reason except it would look really cool.
Yeah. So a testament to my memory. My next big project is I'm making underground artificial biomes under my base. So I'm gonna basically move in different biomes so I can do like a bunch of fishing from different biomes in one kind of artificial area.
That's a big project.
And
Holy shit.
it is. It's a big project. And my mods helped me like find from my old playthrough, because I did this in my old playthrough. And I remember it took a lot of research and stuff. And dude, I was watching my old Terraria rerun, and I was just like looking at my base and everything. And I was just like, how the hell did I do all this? Like, I don't remember any of this stuff, man. like apparently I had like multiple trap rooms and like I was using circuitry and stuff. And I had like this crazy underground thing connected in a teleport system and all this stuff. And I'm just sitting here like, I don't even know if I could do half of this anymore.
Dude, yeah. Yes.
Oh my Lord.
I saw some crazy like bases that were built and I just was kind of like, I don't even know what that is. I don't even know how, like where that is even acquired. Someone built like effectively a Death Star base. It was like up in it, kind of, they mined out kind of the center of a map or the top center of the map. And it was like, if you've played a large world in Terraria, it was the top like sixth of the map for their base. And the amount of time to do that is, it's the type of thing where you look at like what the Minas Tirith or whatever in Dreams, Zeke, that I think you looked at. It's that type of thing where you're just like, how do you even comprehend something that big and spend some time on something that big? Yeah. Because it takes just hours. But yeah, I found myself doing that. This is all eventually, I think, leading up to me playing Minecraft as well. I think I'm actually just going to like jump into Minecraft when, I don't know, maybe after like Ghost of Tsushima is out, because it's a little bit dry. I think I'm actually just going to like jump into Minecraft and see what there is to offer, which is going to be really weird. I'm hoping it's going to be as illuminating as my Terraria gameplay session has, but maybe there's something to it, you know? Maybe Minecraft's actually a good game. I think it sold pretty well. I think it's a pretty big deal, so maybe it's worthwhile checking out.
The graphics are just bad.
Yeah, I don't know how people play. It looks like dog shit. It looks like literal cubed dog shit. I don't understand how people are able to mess with it. Speaking of mods, by the way, apparently there's mods in this game. Cohh, maybe you can speak to. Are there graphic mods to Terraria?
I don't know.
Okay,
I do most of my
vanilla?
playthroughs like this vanilla. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Oh, there's shaders in this game, according to chat. Are those like on Steam or anything like that? See, now we're just, if I can get into a mod thing, now I'm going to stop chat. I'm going to stop you right there. Let's not talk about it anymore. Let's move away from the mod discussion.
Is that something you get asked all the time? Like, what mods are you using?
It has not happened yet with Terraria, but I've watched Minecraft streams recently and like, yes, that is the number one question is what mod pack is this? Or okay. How does that work? Or the other aspect of a streamer just kind of saying like, I wish there was this in this game in Minecraft. There is that in this. There's a mod for everything. It's like Skyrim levels of mod on crack, like amplified somehow if you can multiply that. So yeah. So we'll visit that. I might check out some of the mod stuff before next week and maybe talk about that. But like Cohh said, I think we're both kind of focused on this for the next week or so,
foreseeable future longer. At least.
Yeah. I don't know when. Again, I don't know when I'll return to Persona because I'm enjoying turning my brain off the second I hit start stream and not thinking like, well, let's read 1,000 lines of dialogue today. I got my water ready. It's been a nice change of pace for sure. So
I'm trying to think about like what is the percent odds that you never go back to P5?
it might. I mean,
Like,
it's high in terms of like the history of how I will put games down and never return to them. It's definitely high. It's also daunting to think like 90 hours in, I'm halfway through the game. Like that. Not only is that daunting just as a gamer, but as like a streamer, it's like, when am I going to find 90 hours of no games coming out? Like you have to plan, at least I do. I have to plan like months ahead for that, right? And the window is starting to slowly close now with games coming out in at the end of June with Last of Us. So if it's not now, I don't know. I don't know when it's going to happen. And there's also another JRPG coming out in like 9 days. There's also Minecraft Dungeons on Saturday, and both of those I want to like check out. So, and one of those games is another 100-hour JRPG. So fuck. Right? Like, we'll see. We'll see. I do want to try to finish it though, because I do enjoy the game. It's a lot. Maybe it's like an early fall thing, because I think I think winter is going to be real crazy with all the new consoles coming out. It could be like a pretty absurd 2 or 3 month, or insane quarter rather, with all the consoles coming out and hopefully new games with all that stuff. And always a lot of fun stuff around that doesn't necessarily allow for like an extra 60 or 70 hours to be thrown into it. But anyways, we'll figure it out, or I'll figure it out. Zeke, where did we start? How was Myst 3? I guess was because you hadn't played that yet, right? You finished Riven, and then we talked about that.
Yep.
How's Myst 3?
Myst 3, that's right. Myst 3 Exile was my favorite of the series thus far.
Huh.
Myst
You were
3
concerned going in, right?
What's that?
You were concerned going in, weren't you?
I was a little bit concerned just because Riven was so like hidden object and didn't like the puzzles. I got the puzzles super quick. What added hours onto Riven was like finding this door that opens and you got to, look behind it. There's this little button on a mushroom that if you don't see it, you're just searching. Like the entire game is hidden behind shit that you just have to find rather than solve different things. I much prefer solving than I prefer finding. And Riven or Myst 3 has the solving. Like it's puzzles all the way down. It's great. It's not convoluted. You don't have to sit there and pore over each screen individually going, what can I touch? What can I poke? All that kind of stuff. And in fact, if you do that, it'll just take you more time and it's less fun if you treat it like Riven. This game is just like, okay, we're going to make what you have to do or like where you start obvious. One of the first things you come across are those little lampposts with the colored lights on the top. And you're like, oh shit, that's a puzzle. You come in contact with something else and you're like, that's obviously a puzzle. That's obviously something I have to figure out how to do this. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it all the way through. Not only that, but one of the characters that's recurring in the game that you see little video snippets of is Brad fucking Dourif, who is Wormtongue, who is the Mentat, one of the Mentats from Dune. He's a character act. He's the voice of Chucky, the doll. He's a character act. He's in Deadwood. He's great. He's a great character actor. And it was fun to see him do like, man, does he acts the shit out of this. Like he's chewing up scenery like it's going out of style. It's great. It's amazing to watch him do that. But yeah, it's a little like tidbits every once in a while. You get like a video of Brad Dourif like doing his lower jaw acting, which is just great. But the thing is, like, this game puzzled me without. It never felt like it was bullshit. Like Riven, finding those little things, I was like, that is just garbage. That's bullshit. It's not a puzzle. It's a hidden object game. This one was just like, here's a puzzle, try and figure it out. And you're like, okay. And it was so satisfying in that fashion. Because once you figure out, like, this particular puzzle was the last one I did, because you start with 3 places you have to go. And in order to get into those, like those tusks, you see those white tusks in the background. In order to get into those places, you have to solve an overworld like puzzle, right? The last one I did was the light one, because there was a certain thing that I kept doing it and then resetting it and doing it and resetting it. I didn't realize what I was doing until I finally was like, all right, this is the last one. How the fuck do I do this? And then you realize, and I was like, oh God, I'm such a dumbass. But it didn't feel like bullshit. It just felt like I overlooked a moving part of the puzzle. And the story of it was great. Like it took me less time to complete because I'm decent at puzzles. So the game clipped along at a nice pace, and the story kind of unraveled about this person who wanted revenge on the narrator, main character guy that you find all of his books. And the story of revenge kind of plays out. There's multiple endings, all of which are acted spectacularly by Brad Dourif. And it's by far my favorite in the series. Yeah, it's a great game.
Cool.
It didn't get as much people coming into the chat going with their nostalgia. Myst and Riven, every day, all day, people coming in like, oh my God, I played this with my dad. Oh my God, this is my first computer game. Oh my God, blah, blah, blah. This one, not as much.
I wonder, when did this come out? Like, it's probably not of that same era, right? That would...
I've never even played Myst 3. I was huge into
2001. And Myst is 25 years old. So it's not that far off. This one's 19 years old.
I mean, in some sense, there were probably so many like Myst influenced games and clones at this point that maybe it doesn't stand out as much as the originals did, right? Because like the formula had been copied. That sounds unfair to other games, but yeah, like it's influenced on so many other games.
Well, one of the other things I really liked about this game was for upcoming things, they give you clues that they don't tell you they're clues for upcoming things, but you kind of suss it out like, oh, there's a scale here, and 4 woods equal 1 water. Okay, I wonder when that's going to come into play. And then when you find it, you're like, I fucking know how to do this. It's great. It's a great feeling.
Yeah. I will say it definitely, like watching this is less a strain, and it's probably because you have like full motion, but you're not just staring at a JPEG.
That is another.
Yeah.
Another huge kill is every step you take, you get, all the way around vision. You get all around. You can look anywhere you want. Yeah. And that's another reason why I'm so happy they didn't make it a hidden object game.
Yeah.
God damn, that would be fucking hard.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. It looks cool though. It's definitely the type of game where this one looks more approachable than the other two from someone that doesn't play these type of games. It sounds like that's kind of what you're saying as well. So, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
This one is totally much more QOL, advanced, looks, acting, sound, all that shit. It's, you can tell they learned what people like and how to add shit that makes it better, for sure.
It has been,
and you can get the entire Myst.
Oh, go ahead. Oh no, I was gonna say real quick. It's been so long since I played these. Do the games flow into each other at all? Like Myst, Riven, and
yes,
3?
They do.
They do.
Yep. The story is continuing. Myst, Riven, and Myst 3 all have a continuing storyline, picking up where the last game left off, adding more like elements, more lore, more fleshing out more stuff as far as like the ages are concerned, and the narrator, his wife, his kids, all that stuff. They just add more shit to it, and it's great. That's one of the best things about it is reading the lore. Like, they give it to you in big chunks. So like you'll pick up like the new journal, and it'll be like 20 pages of text. But once you get through that, there's not a lot more. So you're like, just get through that, read it all, internalize it, maybe make some notes like I did, and then you don't have to worry about like more and more lore dumps. In this game, it was one big one, and then pages. You'll pick up pages along the way that are just like 1 or 2 pages. Yeah.
Cool.
What I was gonna say was though, if you want to get the Myst series on Steam, you can get Myst, Riven, Myst 3, Myst 4, Myst 5, and
How many Myst are there?
Uru, whatever it is, for $41. It looks like.
Jeez. How many Myst games are there?
There are 5 core games.
Okay.
There's Myst, Riven, Myst 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, basically, and then there's other games that are like people saying they were shitty, like MMO kind of things. But they said don't worry about them. Don't bother. They're just garbage. But I'm not. I mean, that's just other people's opinion, but I'm not sure.
Huh. Okay. Then the next thing you played after Myst. Anything else you want to say on Myst before we just? I didn't mean to just like jump ahead there.
Not at all.
Deliver Us the Moon. I was gonna say To the Moon. Deliver Us the Moon is the name of this.
Yep. Deliver Us the Moon.
How is that?
I played this game 4 years ago. I realized when I fired it up, I was like, how long ago did I play this game? I played it in 2016 when it was just like a demo. I went, man, this has so much potential. I really want to come back to it. I'm glad I did. It is immersive, mysterious. It's gorgeous. It makes
It looks really good. Wow.
Takes full advantage of RTX with reflections and lighting and that kind of shit. It is beautiful. You feel the isolation and the loneliness of like of your like in your mission. And just to read the blurb here, Deliver Us the Moon is a sci-fi thriller set in an apocalyptic near future where Earth's natural resources are depleted. A lone astronaut is sent to the moon on a critical mission to save humanity from extinction. And that's why they say deliver us the moon. One of the first like things you learn, plot points, is that there's an energy source on the moon that has been used in a few other different like stories or movies, books, whatever, called helium-3, which is this resource that you find on the moon that can, once refined, it can power. It's super powerful. It can power like the entire Earth. Was their hope? It can power, like, give electricity to the entire Earth, or like they started off it being 20. They can power 20% of the Earth, and then as they, this part is fucking. It's fantastic. This part is great.
This looks like a movie.
Yeah.
I kind of don't want to show any more of this and just like tease that aspect of it.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
No, it's
and Zeke's dead. Oh wait, no, the game keeps going. I like that.
Yep, you think that? I think they give you 2 chances on this because I didn't know it was a quick time. They just pop it on you. I was like, oh shit, it's quick time. Goddamn, because I took my hand out the controls. I thought it was cinematic.
Man,
damn, dude,
this looks.
But yeah, then you have to fight your way. You have to float your way back and all that kind of stuff. It's so good, story wise, atmosphere. It gives you like it makes you feel the loneliness and the pressure of being one person who has to figure out how to deliver the moon to the Earth, meaning get this fucking energy back up and running. Because what I think one of the things they want to do is figure out, like, they just need enough energy to power the Earth's electricity until they can find a way off the Earth.
Right.
So yeah, that's basically like
all
on one person. No pressure,
Yeah,
no
not
worries.
that much pressure. The Rock
Whatever.
could do it. It's a job for
Yeah,
The Rock.
exactly. But man, it's great. It's let's see. It is $24.99. So as far as an indie title goes, it's higher tier.
The fidelity of
price-wise,
it looks super high, so that might be warranted. How long was it?
It says I played for 10 hours, but I'm not sure. I think I got it done in one broadcast. So it's like,
Okay.
I think a normal playthrough is like 6 or 7 hours.
Okay. Yeah, that might be a little steep. It looks fucking.
But man, it is a fucking
really
experience.
Cool. This game. Oh, it makes me want to say the stoner.
Oh, it's on Game Pass. People are saying.
Oh, there you go. Just grab it on Game Pass. That's
Even better.
Great. This game makes me want to have the stoner moment of like, man, space is fucking crazy, dude.
It totally does that.
Yeah.
It totally does that.
I'm watching this like,
oh,
could you guys imagine what space would feel like, man?
I don't know if you can find where I started playing this, because I think I started playing this. I didn't start with this game.
Okay.
But yeah, keep going. There you go. It'll you'll see me looking out the window at here. There you go, right there.
Yeah.
I was so like inspired by this, like I stopped like progressing in the game, and I just played like the Pale Blue Dot speech by Carl Sagan.
Oh yeah.
And because it's like it's so like the game like is so moving, and with all of the talk about climate change and all that kind of shit, is just it's important. Like it's important shit to think about. I think it's
Sure. Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
But it's a fantastic game. Get it on Game Pass. If you can get it on Game Pass, do that right now. Do it. It's you can complete it in one session, and it's fucking worth it.
Is it like how's the pacing of it? Is action packed as we just saw where you were flying into space? That type of stuff?
It's definitely like it's very well segmented. It's like, all right, go here, turn this thing on. You got that thing on. Now go here and check on this thing and see what happened there.
Okay.
And then the next, but in those little spaces in between the segments, there are story pieces that you can pick up. Like you'll have like a way to replay holograms of recorded shit that happened, and that's how the story kind of unfolds. Is like you find these holograms, or you find these scannable objects that kind of give you like because you start off, and the station entered the power. They call it the blackout.
Yeah.
Because the power from the moon has stopped coming, and you need you're sent to find out why. And that's the story. It discovers like why the power went out, what happened on the station, on the moon, blah 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 blah, and it's fantastic.
Cool. All right. It's available on Game Pass or on Steam for $24.99, but Game Pass is probably the way. That looks cool. What else do we got? We got an Indie Sunday. What time is it? You played we can get through this. Not get through this, but we have time for this. Sorry. That sounded like we could just, get through this type of shit. Let's jump into it.
I can't wait.
You started with games and demos.
The first one.
Is this a game? Oh, okay.
It's not in the Twitch library.
What's Anime Standing? Let's talk about it.
This will be real quick.
Now, hold on. I want everyone to think about what Anime Standing looks like in your head. Get a little visual, because I've seen it. I just want you to think, what does the Anime Standing look like as a game? Okay? Everyone have that? Great. Zeke, how is Anime Standing?
It was fantastic. Anime Standing is a game that someone made, obviously in the style of Death Stranding, and it's just a really because I played Man Standing.
Yeah, I remember
which
that.
Was the Russian version. Now I'm playing Anime Standing, which is just I don't know, a fan made game, developed and published by Konnichiwa Games.
Wow.
Came out May 7th of this year.
The butt.
Yeah.
That's it.
And
package and a butt.
Guess how much it is on Steam right now? Don't worry, I'll tell you.
$1.
69 cents.
Nice. Well done.
30% off. 30% off of 99, normally 99 cents. 30% off for 69 cents.
I mean, I might just buy it for that. What?
I remember when I used to do Indie Sundays, and I would be the only one picking. People suggest games that are good games. I really want to see you play this. It's a great game. But I used to pick games that I was like, oh, this will be funny. It's a joke.
Yeah.
So every once in a while, I'll pepper in one of these kind of games. And it's so much fun just to fuck around with, talk to chat about it. And it's just, you run from destination to destination. It takes about like 45 minutes to do all 5 missions, the only 5 missions in the game. But it's also an achievement hunter game, meaning like walking 100 meters will give you achievement. Walking 200 will give you an achievement, like that kind of shit.
It's funny that you could say that exact line and someone would be like, "Oh yeah, I've played Death Stranding too." Yeah.
Here's where it differs.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about differences.
It's a better overworld walk. Like the walking in it is so much better. You don't fall down unless like the only time I ever fell down in this game is when I hit a railing. Like you hit a railing and then I fell down. But running down a hill like this, I could jump, I could run, I was fast.
Man.
Granted, there's not much in between here and there, but at least I'm not falling down every 5 minutes or every 5 seconds. The other thing is, I don't know if you can fast forward a little bit into the future of the game, my playing of the game.
Yeah.
But you get a vehicle. Oh, that's right. I've got to take her to. I've got to burn this body because Death Stranding. It's. I mean, it doesn't try to be anything it's not. There's the vehicle. You're in a Tesla truck, whatever that thing is called.
God.
Cybertruck, whatever.
Yeah.
But it goes fucking fast. It doesn't crash. Like you can flip it and turn it over, but it always lands on its wheels. So you can jet from place to place very quickly. And I can't believe I'm still talking about this game. I really can't, because this is what you get. This is like your reward for getting likes in the game. You unlock these anime things. Don't worry, it's all safe for work. Everything's all covered. But yeah, this is like what you get for getting like 1,000 likes. You buy these cards, and that's it.
Don't look up. Okay, good. We're good.
Yeah.
We're past it. We're fine. We have to hide things from the council these days. It's just how it is.
Oh, it's okay. I played Mafia 2 today. I was magazine hunting. Remember that? We're
Jesus
good.
Christ.
We're good.
Yeah. That's it. I really don't have much more to say about it. Anime standing 69 cents on Steam.
I'm glad you played this game, because now the entire time we were talking about this, I was mostly, until those images came up, I was mostly just thinking like, God, Death Stranding, that fucking game. Like, what a 40 hours, Jesus Christ. Like, it's just thinking about what that game was. And Anime Standing did it. So thank you, Anime Standing. Moving right along, next game was Someday You'll Return.
Someday You'll Return.
How's this?
Someday Return is a story-driven psychological horror game about a desperate search for a missing daughter deep in the woods where you swore you'd never return, brought to you by the creative duo behind Julia Among the Stars. Published and developed by CBE Software. Came out May 5th, and it is pricey. It's $34.99. Now, I didn't play. I played a little under 2 hours of the game, so I can't really say how much like content there is in it, because I didn't get that far. But I will say, like, it's very well put together. The environments are very fun to look at. They're very well rendered. It takes place in a real place. There are QR codes in the game that are like collectibles or findable things. They're like, but they're not like, it doesn't seem like they're out of place, because they're QR codes on like if you're out in a national park. They're like next to the national park, like this area is called blah, blah, blah. And there's QR code, and you scan it with your, I scanned it with my actual phone, and it just took you to a map of the actual place in the Czech Republic. So it shows you like, we're actually in a place in the world, and you can see where you are. That was kind of cool, I thought. But it's a adventure game, I guess you could say. There's some horror aspects to it. Some supernatural shit is going on. Mysterious, ghosty, weird stuff. You have to figure out like what's all happening. There's like dream sequence, dream state stuff. did I just see that kind of things? But there's also like an element of that I just barely got to there is a crafting element to it, but it's not like it wasn't foisted upon you. You get this like a recipe book on how to make potions, and then you go out in the world, which I didn't get a chance to do, but you go out in the world and you find like flowers and stuff, and you get a mortar and pestle, you make these potions, drink these potions, and they give you like immunities to certain things, or they allow you to, I don't know, like mechanically do different things.
Huh.
So I didn't really touch much of that, but it seems like it went pretty deep because the recipes are all written out like real recipes. You need a petal of this, of like 3 flowers of this, and blah 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 to make this potion. It didn't turn me off because it didn't seem like they were overdoing it. It was just like, go out and get 2 of these, 1 of this, and this, 1 of these, bring it back, and then mix it up, and then you have the thing. It's not like you have an inventory like just chock full of different shit. It's not like a loot hoary kind of a game. There are these other parts of the game that I thought was really fun little mechanic in the game. When you pick up something, you look in your inventory and you try and like take it apart, put stuff together. Like this box, in order to get into this box, you have to have a crowbar or whatever those like tongs, like a blacksmith tong to pull out the nails and shit to get in the box. And then you take apart the box, use the slats of wood from the box to make rungs of a ladder so you can get across this chasm. So there's a cool like puzzle building aspect of it too. It's something that I feel like I want to go back to at some point and really do like a full stream.
Is this
to get a taste of it?
Are you saying that someday you'll return? Was that just a setup?
I didn't even make that connection.
Okay. All right. It wasn't
I
set.
didn't even make
I
that
just had
connection.
to ask.
Yeah. God damn, dude. But yeah, I want to return to it just to see if it justifies a $35 price tag.
Yeah, it is a lot for sure.
Yeah. But it does have mostly positive reviews on Steam. So that's, good. I mean, if a little, you can take it with a grain of salt because they're Steam reviews.
Yeah.
But mostly positive. So, yeah.
Cool. Okay, talk about a theme switch here.
Helltaker. Helltaker. First thing I want to point out: this game is free. You can get this game on Steam for free if you want.
All right.
It's a short.
So happy.
Got some animation there.
Yeah. The music in it is fucking great. It's surprisingly good. Helltaker is a short game about sharply dressed demon girls, and that's pretty accurate. It's just like a puzzle game. Like what's that indie game where you're I'm asking mostly chat. You're a masked, like you're a murderer, and you have to like it's a grid based thing, and you have to like kill people like you're Jason or Michael Myers.
Party Hard?
No, it's a grid based puzzle-y game. Slayaway Camp, thank you.
Of all the joke answers in the chat, Captain America was the one that got me. Because it's not even a game, it's just a character, and that was the funniest response. You win.
Yeah.
You win.
But it's a puzzle game like Slayaway Camp, where you have a certain amount of moves. See, the number by my head is how many moves total I can do in order to get down to you see the one with the halo and a heart coming out of her at the very bottom there? That's the goal. You get to her, and basically the premise of the game is you're trying to create a demon harem, and you're this like badass dude with like, dark sunglasses. And your name's probably like Drake Shadow or something, it's
something cool.
Exaggerated.
Yeah.
But you go around and you just solve these puzzles. The music is really good, and it's not annoying. It's on a loop, but not a loop that it like gets repetitive and gets like stuck in your head. It's like I said, it's free, it's fun. It took me about hour and 20 to finish the game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And then
Good.
last but not least, the old Huntdown.
Oh, Huntdown, yes.
Oh, this looks cool.
Um,
This looks like a SNES game.
It is. It is a very fun. It's like a Super Nintendo game, co-op, Contra. I mean, pick a co-op platformer game, and this is it. It was super fun, really over the top. Well voice acted. The sound design is great. Lots of cool explosions. The bad guys have funny voice lines. Challenging. Like a lot of the bosses took us a few tries to beat, so it's not like, you're not overpowered. It definitely felt like a challenge. I played it with Classy Katie, and I'm not sure if it has local co-op or if it's just couch co-op.
Might be able to use that Steam co-op thing. Steam Played, whatever the fuck that's called.
It's on Epic, though. It is an Epic exclusive for now.
All right, well, never mind. Epic doesn't have any features. You can download games on the Epic Game Store.
There's no like local or no couch co-op, or excuse me, online co-op on Epic? Like friend
no,
stuff?
I don't think so. No, I don't believe so.
Okay. I forgot to open it. Let me see here.
What do you mean?
I forgot to open Epic to look at the blurbs.
Oh,
the store page. Yeah. Oh yeah. Thanks, Epic, for taking forever to load. But yeah, you get throughout the game, you can play 3 different characters. I don't know if you can unlock any more, but you can play 3 different styles of characters. All of them have different starting weapons and auxiliary weapons. Like the guy I was playing had like a magnum that would just shoot like heavy bullets, but slowly. But he had a boomerang he could throw every once in a while. Kitty was playing, her starting gun was a little faster, and she had a really powerful axe that she could throw in an arc, just like Castlevania. It was really strong, but it took a while to refresh. But there's different like guns for different play styles. You pick up guns along the way. It's pretty straightforward. Like there's not a lot to explain, except there's not really any big negatives that I could come up with. If you like Contra type games like this, you're gonna love this game.
Cool.
I think it was $19.99, but I'm not sure because fucking Epic won't load.
It'll get there soon.
They're
still working on loading. That's still not a feature. Loading is still a feature that's going to be added to the Epic Game Store soon. I've heard. I don't know. Barry says it's on the IGDB, but that doesn't list prices, I don't think. Here, let me see if it loads for me. It is $19.99. Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Thank you.
Yeah. There you go. What is IGDB?
In the mayhem-filled streets of the future where gangs rule and cops fear to tread, only the bounty hunters can free the city from corruption, lay waste to the criminal underworld, and make a killing in this hard-boiled action comedy arcade shooter. $19.99, developed by Easy Trigger Games and published by Coffee Stain Publishing, and it came out May 12th of this year. There.
Nice. There you go. Sorry, I've never heard of IGDB.com, the Internet Game Database, I guess is what that stands for. That's a cool site. Anyways, it powers our overlays. I didn't know that. Or at least a little extension down there. Cool. I think that was it. Indeed was. I saw you played Blackjack. Were you positive or negative when you had Blackjack? That's the most important.
Oh man, it was a bad day. They took all the money that we had, and like we started with like $200, and it was gone in like 45 minutes. It was just luck was terrible yesterday.
Okay. Had to check in.
Yeah.
I was too busy mining in Terraria, so I haven't watched anything except West Wing and Terraria. That's been my life for the past 4 days. It's been great. Let me tell you, it's just
West Wing's a great show, dude.
God, I'm on my 3rd or 4th watch of it. I was about to say playthrough, but that's a different thing entirely. But it's great. It's good every time. I just got to the episode with John Goodman in it. You remember that episode where he takes over as the president?
The Republican, he takes over.
What a fucking, that's just a great show. Highly recommend
Love him.
it. Yeah. Cohh, is there anything else? VLR, same, just more VLR.
VLR is insane. I'm finishing it this Friday at noon. Finally, it's been like a meme for a year probably.
Okay.
But yeah, this Friday at 12, I'm finally finished. I did the last puzzle room just a couple days ago. It was probably the best room in the game. It was super interesting, lots of cool puzzles in it.
Okay.
And yeah, man, I'm both excited and also kind of sad to see it go because it has been, especially lately, a absolutely insane game. It just gets totally bonkers in the last portion of it, and been a lot of fun so far. Looking forward to seeing where it goes. For sure.
Fallout 76 stopped 5 days ago. Are you good?
Yeah,
What's going on there?
still doing 76 every now and then. I'm just
Okay.
kind of into the point now where I'm just doing farming and stuff, waiting for the new stuff. They did announce a roadmap. They got a lot of cool new things coming. Some very requested features like loadouts and things are coming. There was die already. All right, there we go.
No, you're good.
Hold on. We back? Okay, we're back.
Yep.
Adding these things called seasons, which are basically like big content packs that have like the first one is a space season, it has like a board game. You unlock a bunch of stuff on it and get a bunch of free things. And they said the first one was free, and they're doing 4 seasons a year, which kind of drove people to be like, "Are you gonna really start charging for a game, a sub, and like these seasons?" But they actually announced today or yesterday the seasons are going to be free, so that's kind of cool. And yeah, I mean, it's hopefully there'll be some cool new content in. They're going to be expanding on the Wastelander stuff with the Brotherhood of Steel thing at the end of the year. So
Cool.
looking forward to that, and we'll see how it goes.
Still hard to recommend. Still not.
Yeah,
Same,
I mean,
all
the
same
problem
stuff.
the problem with 76 is it's always going to be hard to recommend because there's so many issues with it they aren't addressing, and they keep putting in more store stuff and layering on things without addressing some of the fundamental issues. And the monetization alone makes it a hard recommend with the way that they do it. So
Yeah.
dude, okay, the plot thickens with this. I've done 2 different internets today. Like, this is not
There's
an
2
internet,
different
it's something else
internets.
going on. Yeah, I was on the cell box the first time, just the cell box, and then during the break I switched just to Spectrum. So something else is going on here. I don't know what it is, but something else is going on.
I don't know.
Very strange. But yeah. So anyway, it's never really gonna be an easy recommend for me. There's too many fundamental issues with it. Like, again, I'm having fun with it. I enjoyed my time in it, but yeah, it's super hard to comfortably recommend a project that is just kind of that. The percentage of it that is just there to make this company money is so much higher than in other games that it's a huge factor that I think everyone that buys it should consider.
I was taken aback by an emote. Sorry, I don't have anything to follow up on that. I've never seen who DT Chat. Who is that person? Let's see. I don't know who that is. This is not interesting show content. Mafia 2 Definitive Edition. Where do you stand on that, Cohh? I know it was sponsored stream this morning, but good.
I mean, it's Mafia 2, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically Mafia 2 with some more graphic options, and it looks maybe a little tiny bit better, if anything. But I mean, it's 95% Mafia 2. So if you liked Mafia 2, you probably have Mafia 2, which means you got it for free, and that's great. But if it's the kind of thing where you've never played Mafia 2, it's definitely a good time to pick it up. I mean, it works now on all the current systems, and it has a bunch more options now. So, and it's still a great game, even all these years later. It's still a great game.
So I'm watching. I don't know why I'm not showing this. Watching this. Also, that's not Huntdown. Those screenshots that we saw last week, were those from
or of
something
Mafia
else?
1 Remake. Now, this is the Mafia 2 remaster. The Mafia 1 Remake comes out later this year. They're anticipating in August.
Okay.
That is a different project. Those are the screenshots we saw. And honestly, Mafia 1 Remake will probably look significantly better than Mafia 2 Remaster.
Yeah, that's why I was like, this didn't look as good as those screenshots at all last week.
Yeah.
But that makes sense.
It's basically Mafia 2. There's a few little things here and there. Like, I think some of the DLC uses PhysX and stuff like that, but yeah, it's Mafia 2.
Okay, I'm gonna click away before you start finding some specific magazines. I don't want to be
the last one we found was especially spicy. So
Jesus,
yeah, probably good.
Jesus. Cool. I'm trying to think. Mostly just Terraria. I don't think I played anything else. That and Persona, of course. Anything else for you guys? Played, touched, any other stuff? Are we good? Is that the show?
Well, I got banned in Cohh's chat for using my own emotes, and I think that's really unfair.
Wow.
I think that's super unfair of you to do that, Cohh. I think it's way too judgmental, and
Well, it doesn't show a good community cohesion, and frankly, I really don't like how you were just promoting your own channel, especially when you had the option to use my emotes. So I mean,
Yeah.
really, at the end of the day, this is your fault, and you need to kind of own up to this.
I take full responsibility, and a public apology to the high table is coming forthwith.
With post haste.
Okay.
Post haste, yes. Post haste forthwith, etc.
For the one person chat I just caught out of the corner of my eye. No, we're kidding, and he never got banned. Jesus, no.
Yeah. For those of you who take things literally, like Drac from Avengers, no, that didn't happen.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, and for the record, we're commenting on just some funny Twitter drama. None of us care if anyone uses any emotes in our channel, especially viewers and stuff. It was, a comment a streamer made taken kind of out of context.
Now, we did have a discussion.
Right.
You guys weren't privy to it in terms of Zeke and Cohh. However, we do use Cohh now for drop frames in Cohh's chat instead of Cohh. It was a discussion.
Oh.
You guys, I left you guys out, but it's now Cohh. So it's just how it is. It's just what happened. Here's random bit. And then we'll do shout outs. I played a bunch of WoW Classic off stream. Random, I know. But apparently 1 billion people still play that game because holy shit, those servers are the most packed I've seen of any MMO ever in a very long time. It was staggering how many people are still playing WoW Classic. And that's all I got to say about that. It's just, I had to wait for mob respawns in the Barrens. That game launched in August, and it's the same game that came out 20 years ago. I don't understand it. How is that a thing? I guess everyone's at home, and that's why. It's fucking weird. It's a fucking weird thing. Let's do some shout-outs. Zeke, you want to start us off?
I do. I would love to.
Okay, go ahead.
What's up, everybody? Thank you guys for watching. I know it's Drax. I fucked up. I apologize. And also, I know he's mostly in Guardians of the Galaxy, but he was in an Avenger movie, so suck it.
I mean,
suck it long.
I had already let it go, but I'm glad someone in chat yelled at you.
Anyway, sorry. If you want to watch me, I might be on later today. I'm not sure. I'm not going to be on the role-playing show that I'm normally on. Gone. Because I'm going to pick up puppies. I got two. We're going to go pick up 2 new puppies that we're going to live with. And there might be might be a later just straight up puppy stream. But I have no promises. We'll see. We'll see how they feel and how we feel. But tomorrow, though, I am going to be doing a sponsor stream tomorrow at noon Pacific of a new game that's coming out tomorrow called Monster Train, which looks right up my alley.
Can you suplex it?
Deck building. Suplex the train? Yes, I will suplex the train.
Good.
Yeah. Deck building, roguelike strategy, all that kind of shit. I'm excited to play it. And I'm very grateful for the sponsored stream that's happening tomorrow for the first couple of hours of the stream. And then after that, maybe we continue Monster Train, or if we feel like switching, I'm going to check out the new FMV game by the creators of Dr. Decker and the like, called Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe. And I'm so looking forward to it. So if you want to come out tomorrow, that's what's happening tomorrow. Possibly the next day. So, yeah.
Awesome got stuff.
Thank you for watching.
Cohh, some shout outs.
Sure. Hi, everybody. My name is Cohh. As always, thank you to JP and Zeke. Another very fun show this week. I am going to be playing Terraria and finishing VLR, and then who knows what else as we go into next week and figure out what we're going to do. But as always, thank you guys very much for watching. If I don't see you before then, I will see you next week. Next up for me is another one of our cozy streams this evening. Probably going to do some cozy Terraria, get some fishing done. We start working on some more base, doing some more farming. We got a lot of stuff to do. So I'm sure we'll find something. We'll save the big boss fights and stuff for tomorrow. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on. Anyway, guys, thanks for being here and see you next time.
Awesome stuff. You and I both, Cohh. I have so many things I have to do. right now. After this,
So many.
we're ending the show so I can play more Terraria for a while. We're gonna kill all the bosses and get my solo world up to hard mode, and then I don't know. I'll probably be in the same situation as Cohh, where I just have to build. I don't have to build, but I want to build. And that's a nice place to be in Terraria. So that's what we're gonna do after the stream. Pre-show for this week is gonna be scheduled again for next week because fuck time zones. There's a story there, but I'll explain it later. More drop frames next week. Echoes of Eternity tomorrow night. Daikia 3 is happening next Monday, which is Krendor's role-playing show, or role-playing one-shot, rather, with Jess Cox, Strippin, and Dodger on that. No. Yes, Jess Cox, Strippin, Dodger, and Aurelian on that. That's next Monday, I think, at 6 p.m. Eastern. I don't know. I'll find all the dates for that. That's it for Drop Frames, though. Thanks, everyone, for watching. We're out. We'll see you next week. Have a great rest of yours. Bye-bye.